Before the great storm, the world held its breath. The sky, once a brilliant blue, had turned to a cold, hard iron. Humanity, lost in its own designs, had forgotten its creator. Wickedness bloomed in every heart, a shadow spreading across the land. But amidst the clamor of corruption and the chaos of a world spiraling, one man's heart remained open, attuned to the voice of God. His name was Noah. While the world around him mocked and jeered, Noah listened. And he heard a command that would carve its name into history. Build an ark, for the rain will come. He had never seen rain. No one had. The very concept was alien to the people of his time. Yet true faith doesn't demand understanding. It demands obedience. So for years, he toiled under a relentless sun, felling giant trees, shaping massive beams, and sealing every crack and seam with pitch. His sons worked beside him, their sweat mingling with the dust, while the world pointed and laughed. "You're building a ship where there is no sea," they shouted, their voices dripping with scorn. But Noah's hands never faltered. He knew he wasn't just building a boat, he was building a vessel of hope. The rhythmic sound of hammers became the heartbeat of his mission, echoing through the valleys as the ark rose from the earth like a mountain of wood. With each passing day, the ridicule grew louder, more venomous. Women pointed in disdain, children mimicked his supposed madness, and men hurled curses at him. Yet Noah kept working, his gaze fixed not on the faces of his mockers, but on the heavens above. In the quiet solitude of the night, when the world slept, he would fall to his knees and pray, "Lord, if this is truly your will, give me the strength to finish." And though heaven remained silent, it was a silence filled with purpose, not absence. Then, one morning, everything changed. The first sign appeared. Birds flew in strange, urgent patterns. The wind shifted, carrying a new scent on its currents. An unnerving stillness fell over the earth. From every corner of the globe, a great migration began. Lions walked peacefully beside lambs, elephants trudged alongside serpents, and eagles soared towards a single destination. Creation was answering the call of its creator. People watched in stunned disbelief as this impossible parade of animals, 2 by 2, made their way toward the ark. Lions, tigers, bears, snakes, giraffes, all moving in perfect harmony. A living testament to a power far beyond human comprehension. Noah and his family worked tirelessly, gathering food, fresh water, and every provision needed for the journey ahead. The scoffers, recovering from their shock, laughed even louder, dismissing it all as an elaborate trick, a grand circus act. But in Noah's eyes, there was no room for doubt, only the calm certainty of faith. As the last pair of animals crossed the wooden threshold, a profound stillness descended. The air grew thick with anticipation. The ark's door, massive and impossibly heavy, began to move. It closed not by human hands, but by the invisible, unstoppable force of God himself. The world outside was sealed away. Darkness consumed the sky. Then a single drop of water landed on Noah's outstretched hand. Then another, and another. The laughter of the crowd outside quickly died, replaced by a growing unease. The wind began to howl, and a terrifying crack of thunder split the heavens. Panic erupted. "Noah, open the door!" They screamed, their fists pounding uselessly against the sealed wood. But it was too late. The floodgates of the sky broke open. Water didn't just fall. It descended like divine wrath. Rivers swelled and burst their banks, mountains vanished beneath the rising tide, and the earth was submerged in a terrifying, churning chaos. Inside the ark, a solemn silence reigned, broken only by the steady beating of hearts and the soft cries of frightened animals. Noah took his wife's hand, his voice a steady anchor in the storm. "He is faithful," he whispered. The massive vessel creaked and groaned, but it held firm, rising with the waters, lifted above the destruction that consumed the world below. Outside, a civilization was swallowed by the flood. Inside, a new covenant was being born. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain fell without ceasing. The ark drifted on an endless, featureless sea. There was no land in sight, no sound but the roar of the storm. It was a world of water and darkness. Yet, in that overwhelming void, God remembered Noah. Slowly, the wind began to calm, and the relentless waters started to retreat. One day, with a gentle bump, the ark came to rest upon the peak of Mount Ararat. The door, sealed by God, was opened once more, flooding the interior with brilliant light. They were stepping into a new world, silent, cleansed, and waiting for a fresh start. Noah took a breath of the clean air and stepped out, his feet sinking into the damp, fertile soil. He looked toward the horizon, and what he saw took his breath away. The clouds parted, and a magnificent rainbow stretched across the sky, a vibrant arc of color, the very signature of God. Tears of overwhelming gratitude streamed down his face. The promise was real. "Never again," whispered the voice of the Almighty. A promise carried on the wind. "Will I destroy the earth by water?" The rainbow burned with divine light, red for sacrifice, blue for mercy, and gold for eternity. Kneeling on the renewed earth, Noah built an altar, his heart overflowing with thankfulness to the one who saves, even when the world refuses to listen. Every drop of rain that has fallen since that day carries a memory of that promise. It's a reminder that God keeps his covenants. Even when no one believes, even when the world turns away, his word stands firm. The ark was more than just a refuge from a flood, it was the beginning of grace. If this story of faith and redemption has moved your heart, please subscribe to Bible Comic. We'd love to hear from you, so comment below and share what God's promise means in your life. Thank you for watching.